Welcome to the Quickfire Roundup with Never the Bride. Hi
guys.
Hello.
First of all, can I just say it's awesome to have you at the Roundup.
Well, thank you for inviting us. We're really excited.
Oh, the sound check was right. Okay, so what have you guys been up to?
Well, we finished our album some months ago, but we've changed our mind about the order of the songs 1,000 times, and it got to the point where the producer said, "This is it." And then the fortunate thing was, when I got home, it wasn't it, because I knew we'd made a mistake at the very end of the album, but there's no way I could tell him. But the great thing was, because we changed the order, we had some things fading in and out of each other, which we thought was a nice thing. Then we decided it wasn't good enough. It wasn't like Moody Blues or something like that. So it just wasn't good enough. So we decided to separate them again. In the lineup of the songs, he made a mistake in one of the things that faded into each other. Yeah. So we had to go back to it, and I said, well, I should go back to it.
That's our chance.
It was meant to be.
It was really
okay. So you've been there with mixes.
We're really knocked out with this album, actually. Really, really lovely producer called Davison Brown. Done a million things and so unassuming.
Yeah.
He's, he just does it for love now, not for money.
Amazing. Yeah. And could you try and describe the sound of the new album in 3 words?
Fresh, exciting, and new. How's that?
Amazing.
Oh, it sounds
sounds like a toothpaste, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
But this is
everyone needs toothpaste, though.
They do.
They need
and they need our album, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So this album for us is like, we've visited a new. It sounds like Spinal Tap, doesn't it? It's not a new direction, but it's like it's kind of like we've gone further in our creativity. We've done something we haven't done before.
The producer kind of pushed us and said, "I want a song that's like this. I want a song that's like that. I want a song that's like this."
And we went away and wrote them.
Yeah.
Which leads on to the next question. I was going to ask you: do you have any advice to an aspiring songwriter? Like anything you'd say to somebody just?
I just think that. Go on. What were you going to say?
I met some very fresh new advice.
Okay.
My beat buddy.
Go on, tell them.
So I've not opened the box yet, but because we're starting to do some gigs, just the two of us.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm the one that's talking so much.
No, it's fine. It's good actually. It gives me a rest.
Anyway, we bought a kind of we've not even opened that yet. We bought a stomp
box, yeah.
And then I bought another one that had a loop pedal attached to it, and I thought, I'm never going to figure this out. I'm never going to do it. So I looked for a simpler version that led me to a simpler version to a simpler version that led me to the Beat Buddy. Oh. And what's amazing about the Beat Buddy is this little pedal that's a drum machine, real drummers, not quantized. And I just think sometimes when you, especially as a keyboard player, when you've got a guitar, you can get any rhythm going. Yeah. And you can to a degree in a keyboard, but it's quite hard. It's amazing for the ballads and all that, but when you want to do something rhythmical, it's not so easy. So sometimes you need a vibe to write a song. You've got it, but you want a rhythm. I say get a beat buddy. Get a beat buddy.
Okay.
We tend to write. We've always written like we sit around and plink around and Bean will sort of go, yeah, and I'll go, I won't speak. And so she says she don't like that. She'll think, oh, she don't like that. And then I'll go. I might go and do a bit of housework or wash up or something. And then I'll go, I love this. I'm coming in. And then so then we start,
Yeah.
And then we sort of like. But we always tend to sort of draw on stuff we know about, you know. But
life,
life, life, lost love, as they are. But it's like I think that just try to take in what's going on in the world. And absorb it and try to write about stuff that's stuff stuff that because it comes from your heart more. You can't make it up out of thin air. Don't try to be clever.
We've got a little game, it's
gosh,
not that much
gambling.
Yes. Look. Basically, both of you pick 2 cards each and then answer them for us.
You might need glasses for this.
There
you got yours?
Yes.
Okay, well I'll just do the 2 outside ones. Is that outside?
Yeah.
Scary, eh?
Okay.
Right. Mine says the Roundup, so
I think you may have it the wrong way around.
No, I know, I knew that. I was joking. Who do you want to start?
Oh God, you have to because I can't.
What is the first and last album you bought? Oh my God. I think mine was an Aretha Franklin album actually. Nice. It was amazing. There was this woman with this big afro. It was a second-hand record shop and it was in Bristol where you grew up, my lovers. And I was just in a second-hand record shop and I saw this cover and this woman and it just looked like really appealing. It was £1. And I thought, right, I'm gonna. So yeah, I got home and I put that on, and when I heard her voice, I literally I couldn't believe it. I just sat on my bed and my mouth was on the floor. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Her voice, right? I'd never heard it before, and it blew my mind.
I wish I'd got this one.
Oh.
Well, you can answer.
You can answer too.
Yeah.
The last album I bought, I think the last album I bought was actually one of your Lost Hollow. Was it Lost Hollow?
Lost Hollow.
Lost Hollow
They were
albums.
the last roundup.
Yeah.
I've got the whole 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
Well, the
they're
daughter was
amazing.
an amazing salesperson.
Yeah.
I said, what's your favourite? And she said, this one, £10. And I said, well, I'll have that one. She said, but why would you do that when you get everything for 15? I said,
Oh,
Good. You got to have a good salesperson
Yeah.
in your team, don't you?
What's
What's
the
the
next
next
one?
one?
Next question is, what's your favourite place to write a song? Oh, I think at Bean's place. It just works. But
Yeah.
you know, we've written them everywhere.
yeah.
We wrote some once in Fuerteventura in the
I know.
and we had a little keyboard about this big. I swear to God, like a child's one with little baby keys like this. And we were writing songs.
This is over 20 years
20 years ago, little battery operated thing. We were writing songs, and there was a guy outside. There was this digger outside. They were writing these songs, and you know that was
they,
really
were, they were
good.
actually building the town.
They were building a town.
Yeah, okay.
Some of those songs
There's
ended
your
up on our
beatbox.
first album.
Amazing.
So yeah,
Amazing.
but I quite
Yeah.
like, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Now.
What is your most memorable music venue?
Wow. That's why I didn't want this one. It's really...
Oh.
My most memorable one. Is that,
yeah.
is that
What,
yours?
yours personally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is for you and you alone.
Yeah. Where I might have played.
Yeah?
Gosh.
Can you
Can you take over?
Well, it'll either be you must have loved the Albert Hall,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wow.
I reckon,
that's-
memorable wise,
Yeah.
and I'm this is just because you were really ill.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Okay.
We supported the Who at Wembley.
Who?
And
Oh my god.
exactly. And Bean
I was really sick.
was really ill.
Oh.
She had this thing called Meniere's disease.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, I've forgotten what it's called.
Labyrinthitis.
That's it.
Labyrinthitis.
So imagine
It
this.
affects your ears.
I'd just seen a film called, was it Up Close and Personal, Michelle Pfeiffer, I think. And she'd just been promoted. And she, from being in the newsroom to being a newsreader, and she kept vomiting because she was so nervous. So anyway,
It's never dull with us.
I was feeling really sick in the dressing room at Wembley, and Nicky hadn't arrived yet, and the bass player was there, and he said, "You should have a drink of water." And the minute I had the drink of water, I just had to rush to vomit.
Oh
Spinal
god.
tap.
When I got to the venue, Bean was actually doing her sound check, vomiting in a bucket and playing her keyboard. This is no lie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you might not
That's
even
rock and
use
roll.
this. I'm
That's
sorry.
rock and roll.
But
No, but
Definitely
We are
go.
gonna
You know,
use this.
Vomiting in a bucket, and I'm going,
Yeah.
whatever's wrong with her? And she's, anyway, she
I
couldn't
know
stop
she
being
don't
sick.
Oh my god.
Roger Doughty was sitting in the front row, and he comes up to me and he gives me the rescue remedy because
Oh,
He thinks that she's nervous.
And the reason I said it, Michelle Pfeiffer, because then people were saying to me, "Are you nervous?" And I was saying, "Well, I don't think I'm nervous because I've never been nervous. Admittedly, I never played Wembley Arena, but I've never been nervous to this point." Anyway, to cut a long story short, it was a thing called labyrinthitis. I ended up in the ambulance room when nobody was there,
Yeah.
and lying down. And eventually, our manager comes in. He says, "We're going to have to make a decision. Can you go on or not?" And I said, "Well, I'll try." And what was amazing was I did want to go on.
She went on playing six songs.
Mind over matter. I was absolutely got through it, and I walked off the stage and started
just
vomited
collapsed.
again.
She just
okay.
collapsed.
Then they rushed me to the ambulance place again, and by then it was full of people that had been taking magic mushrooms.
That is probably the most rock and roll
Bad,
story.
isn't it?
We need to go play some music.
Sorry.
So this is Two Ways Home signing off for Lyric Magazine.
Yeah.